Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Town Square Media and 106.1 KISS FM proudly bring to you your podcast champions of the world. He's the R to the O to the B. I'm STEVE. We are your hosts with the most, bringing you everything wrestling related from post to post.
Okay, so here's what we've got for you in store today. There has been not a lot of new content on the WWE Network lately. In my opinion, there's been kind of a dry spell. But there has been one thing that every Monday goes up after Raw and has become appointment watching for me. Yes. Now, it's a little bit late after Raw, but I make sure I catch it the next day. Yep. My gosh, I want to do a mid-season review, I assume we're about halfway through, of the Edge and Christian show that totally reeks of awesomeness.
Yes.
So, I've been watching week by week. Steve binge-watched last night. I'm dying to know what you think about the Edge and Christian show that totally reeks of awesomeness.
I'm completely on board. From here on out, I'm going to catch them like you do. It won't be on Monday night, but I'll have watched it by that following Wednesday.
If you are not watching this show, it is geared towards fans like us and fans like I assume are watching this show. Like, if you're watching Post to Post, you are probably a longtime fan of wrestling. You're a big-time fan of wrestling. You've been watching for probably most of your life. The people I talk to seem to have that all in common. And it is geared towards us lifers.
Yes.
And like someone who's been watching wrestling for a year or two won't get a lot of the humor in the show. And I'll be honest, there's a lot of times when they make a shot at a joke and it misses wildly.
Yes.
But there are times when they hit, and the hits are just home runs, grand slams. What are some examples of segments you've enjoyed from Edge and Christian?
Oh my goodness.
I'll throw some at you if you want.
I really what got me from the get-go was when they're talking and one of them says something funny and the other one cracks and breaks character a little bit. Because you know they're really good friends.
Sure.
I like the EC dubs. Those are coming along. The first one wasn't that great, but the two after that I've really gotten to enjoy those.
Was the first one the Beach Blast one?
Yes.
That one was really funny. I think, if nothing else, the name of that segment is brilliant.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
EC for Edge and Christian, and then dubs for dubbing something over, and, of course, longtime fans know the EC dub chant.
Yes.
Like, that's just brilliant.
Yeah.
I loved also going back to that first episode, when they brought out Fred Ottman for the almost like the Web Redemption from Tosh for the Shockmaster. Like, again, longtime fans really appreciate that.
Yeah.
I loved their Tournament of Suctitude.
Oh my goodness!
I actually followed along with that and made my own brackets, and I actually had who won mine? It was it came down to Bastion Booger won my tournament.
Okay.
But I would advance the worst gimmick. So I don't know if they were if I did it the right way, but I figured of all those people, the worst gimmick in there came down to Mantar versus Bastion Booger, and I gave it to Booger. Yeah,
I didn't really do the bracket, but if I was going to throw it in there, it would either have to be the Yeti or Mantar for me.
Yeti came close, and also a Cinderella story, who I didn't expect to make it as far as it did, was the Red Rooster.
Okay, yeah.
What a stupid gimmick.
I know.
The guy was actually cock-a-doodle-doing in his promos. Like, that's absurd.
Yeah, no English words, just, rooster crows.
There's also a lot of humor that seems to... like, you'd think WWE would have a problem with it. Like, on the last episode, I saw that, like, Rob Van Dam was buried by Tropical Storm Trips. And I saw that Dolph Ziggler was climbing a mountain in Connecticut, only to have someone climb higher than him who wasn't even a regular in the company. I thought that was super funny. Yeah. The Lana Heat Wave. I mean, that's funny stuff.
Yeah, it's like a subdued uncensored. Because some things they can get away with, I didn't think they would. I mean, they censor the cuss words, of course, but I mean, there's innuendos in there aplenty.
So, also the reference to Sunny and all of her DUIs. Like, man, I just couldn't believe some of the stuff they were getting away with. And like I said, you may have to sit through some unfunny jokes, but when you get to the funny ones,
it makes it worth it.
It's howlingly funny.
Yes.
So I wanted to just go ahead and say 2 thumbs up, at least for me.
For me too.
For the Edge and Christian show that totally reeks of awesomeness. I totally approve. If you want to know what you think about it, you can leave us a comment, or you can always email us. And that's what I wanted to do today, was just do a mid-season review of the Edge and Christian show that totally reeks of awesomeness. For myself, the Rob, my tag team partner Steve,